Now, you all know I'm deaf, don't you? I wear two hearing aids. And I know I shouldn't do this, but my hearing's going worse and worse and worse. And when I looked at this part of it, as you can see, it's got wax or something in it. Can you see it? Can you see it? And it's really, really getting on my nerves. So I thought, in for the penny, in for the pound, I'll try it. I thought, bicarb, I'll try it. I'm not telling you to do it, but I thought I'm going to try it and see, will it clear it out? So I got this lid and cleaned it off the lacquer, and I put hot water in with bicarb and stirred it and let it cool down. You see how clean it's gone. And I've just blew it out, the water out of it, and I'm going to let it dry. I'm not going to put it back in. But look how clean that's come up. You can see, I don't know if you can see the end here. It's got like it's got wax, because I do have bad ear wax in it. And I mean, I can reach so far down with this, but it doesn't go all the way. And as I say, I thought, in for the penny, in for the pound. Bicarb cleans all kinds. It's blown right through. Yeah, it's blowing right through. So I'm going to leave that to dry properly. Well, it does look dry, but I'm going to leave it a bit longer, because this one had, if I can just show you, this one had like a lump of wax here. And I did put these through what you're supposed to use. I did try it, it wouldn't go through. I could not get it to go through at all. Give it another go. It doesn't still seem to be going through, but I can see the wax has gone. It's melted out of it. I can see that right away. I don't know if there's a certain way you're supposed to. It can't be, can there? It's only one of them little thin sticks. Oh yeah, look, can you see that? I couldn't get that through before, at all. It certainly never went that far, it wouldn't go past the middle. So I thought, well, that's a bit of a success anyway, because it's going that far. Though I can't get it to go any further at the moment. I could take this off, that will come off, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to take that off. Let's see if it'll go through the other way. I made up with it that it's got that block of wax out. How did the block of wax get up the tube? It must have very waxy things, mustn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to put that other one in. I'm going to try the other one in it. Just turn this off. Obviously, you cannot put these in. You cannot put them in. Because these are NHS things, and they're worth 2,000, I think it is. But look, it's absolutely. Can you see? No, it's too blurred. But I'm going to put that in for a few minutes and see does that work. This has got as far as it was getting stuck the other way, so it should be okay. As I say, I'm going to leave it out. That's come up spotless. So I did sprinkle a bit of bicarb in hot water, let it cool down, don't forget and let it cool down, whatever you do, because you don't want this melting, this part here. It'll corrode, well, I don't think it'll corrode the plastic tube, but you just don't want to do it. But I did try everything to get the wax out before I went to these drastic measures. I will let you know, because as I say, when I've got the 2 aids in and I'm still eyed on the telly up and up and up, and I thought it's getting on my nerves. I have been back to the hospital and told them, and they said I do get my ears drained every now and again. The hospital drain them, but it's a bloody nuisance. No one ever wanted to. Your name, in my mind, and all that name. I've got fucking clue what they're talking about, but I have to laugh along with them, don't I? Because I don't know what they're saying. So I've got my new batteries with me. I'll put that in the other part. You do have to have the thing with you, one of these little brushes, because it's got a magnet on. Anyone who's deaf probably knows all this. It's got a magnet on, see, and that gets that out. And then you get your hearing aid and remove that, and don't ever throw them away. I keep them in a little bottle and I give them to a chemist or that, or I put them in a place that says they save, they collect batteries. See, and then you do that, you see that, and then I just pick that little orange bit off. Oops. Pick the little orange bit off. I just stick it on the back of that thing. I won't shut that yet because it will start using the battery up. And I will give these a clean. In fact, I should have cleaned that. I'll take that battery back out. Don't mix it with the other one. I'll take that out. And I'll give these a little clean. Obviously, I'm not putting the, do not, whatever you do, put that part in any water whatsoever, never mind bicarbonate, so do not put that in any part, because that would absolutely ruin. I'd be lost without these. These are Bluetooth, these work on Bluetooth. I can listen to stories or anything, and when I'm in my home, I can't hear on holiday. I have a loop in the living room, and if I press this top button, I can have my telly on 0, no sound, but I can still hear the TV, because it's called a loop. It goes from your TV, a box underneath the TV. It goes from the box, and a little thin wire, you can't even see, it's not much thicker than that, goes right round the full length of your living room, and it picks the signal up. So it's a godsend, really. We'll get it here. Get a little brush and clean these. I've just got a dry nail brush now. Give this a little wipe over. There's no liquid at all on this. I'm probably getting audio people going, no, what's she doing? But I thought, drastic measures, because I still couldn't hear properly, and obviously I know now that wax was blocking it. Blocking the sounds getting through. I can polish a pair of shoes here, don't I? Say, there's no water at all in that. Can't see no bubble of water or nothing. And I can blow through it. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, that's come up clean already. You probably see the water coming out of this. see it dripping out as I'm blowing. My plan was, when I started this, to just risk one, cleaning one. Looks monkey two, I've ended up doing two. But when I powered it, I didn't know it then. See if I can get one of these through this. This has still got wax in, I can see it. The wax is that end. Oh, you seem to have liked John's little mishap with the bed, with the pillow. Put the pillow the other end. It just cut. And he really did go to Loughborough University. God, but over 30, 40 years ago now. And we fitted our own. We were getting the glass you get in your banisters coming down the stairs. We were getting, well, I was getting them, it's my house. I was getting them, but everyone wanted like £800, £700. I thought, that off. I'm not paying that. And I'm pretty clever at things like that, as you know. I'm pretty practical at things. I've always been practical doing things. Is that the word, practical? I'm not very clever at things like that, like. I'm very creative. So anyway, it had wooden panels in, solid wooden panels. You know the way the banister goes in a shape like that? It had the wooden panels in. So I said to John, knock the wooden panels out. I'll take it to the glass place in Kirby and get it done, which I did. I took it and I said to the fella, will you do these and just make it, I think I said half an inch all round short, so we could fit it in with the brackets and that. That all went to plan. Get to home, made up with them, get to home, we started putting them in. Well, John, I'm at one end, John's the other. Started putting them in. And it wouldn't fit. So John's standing there and he went, because he measured the thing like, how the hell did it get that long? So I'm standing behind him looking. I'm looking at the top, thinking, that's got a bigger gap on the top than the bottom. And that end's got a bigger gap on the bottom, not the top. My brain was working, so I went to flip it over and tried the other way. Fitted in perfect, as you've seen on my videos when I filmed the spirits and that coming out the hole. Fitted in perfect. He couldn't grasp how you do it. That's another one of my brainy things. I'm very practical at things like that, sorting things like that. I think, well, hang on a minute, the other one went in. Why isn't this going in? There's something not right here. And I guessed it. And we done it. And we saved ourselves a fortune. We'd have to go through that now. Saved ourselves a bloody fortune. I don't leave these in long, as you can see. I just left that in there while I was talking to you for a few minutes with the bicarbonate. And I don't know if you can see, there's no wax. No wax at all there now. It's blowing right through. Yeah, blowing right through, so I will leave the two of them out to dry. I think I can put them back on here now. I haven't brushed this one, have I? This is just a dry nail brush. the seagulls. Yeah, I'm absolutely made up with these. So if anyone's deaf, you know what? If you're very hard of hearing, they're not like they used to be. Hearing aids, they're not the big old-fashioned ones. I mean, that is so big, and you can get. I have had them where you get a little tiny thing in your ear, like a little triangle bud. I couldn't put up with them. I always had them out because they were vibrating in my ear, and I always had to take them off and scratch them. So I read somewhere, or someone told me, I can't remember now. I read, easy to put back. I read somewhere that you can get Bluetooth hearing aids. So I rang them up because it was over 2 years since I'd had an hearing test. And I rang them up and I said to them, I think my hearing's gone a lot worse because I do suffer with Meniere's disease, and I don't know if you're aware of Meniere's disease. It's a bit like vertigo, but a hell of a lot worse, believe me, hell of a lot worse. I can't lift my head up, I can't stand the light, I can't talk, I can't put one foot in front of the other when I have an attack, and it can happen at any time, any time. I could be sitting there, go to stand up. When it first happened 8 or 9 years ago, I got out of bed, and as I stood up, I crashed into the wall opposite, and in my mind I'm thinking, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what's happening? Oh my God, help me, what's happening? And I live on my own, as you know, and I'm going, oh my God, please, what's happening? Am I having a brain hemorrhage or something? And the room was spinning like I was rotten drunk. This is what Meniere's disease, there's no cure for it. This is what Meniere's disease is, and it's from this here. So I can never ever lie flat, and I can't lie that way. I can lie that way if the pillows are high and I sleep with 3 or 4 pillows. I can't like turn over that way, but if them pillows slip and I go down, and the way the doctor described it, it was, it's like grains of sand. When I lie flat like that, the grains of sand trickle to the brain, and the room automatically goes woo, spinning, and I wake up immediately. I immediately wake up and I throw my head the other way, and it starts going away. But oh my God, it's so scary, honestly. I thought I was dying, and each attack you have, your hearing goes worse, and I thought I was dying a couple of years ago. My eldest lad come to visit, and he said, Mum, I'm going to get an ambulance. So he come to the hospital with me, and I'm holding his hand crying, and I'm saying, tell the kids I love them. I said, I don't know what's happening today, I think I'm dying. And he's saying to me, you're not, Mum, you're not. The doctor come in, put the light on in the queue. I said, please turn the light off. So he thought at first meningitis with the light, didn't he? So it wasn't, he said, describe it. So I did. Kept me in 3 days that time. I've been hospitalised 3 times with it. Kept me in, and come and he said to me, well, Catherine, at least you've had unfortunately, you've had a double whammy. He said, you've suffered a migraine attack and a Meniere's attack at the same time. He said, so while you can't stand the light and lift your head up or anything like that, the Meniere's is making you go round and round. I couldn't put one foot in front of the other. The ambulance came and had to put me in a wheelchair and wheel me out. It was horrible, horrible. So if anyone says to you they've got Meniere's disease, don't think it's like, oh yeah, I suffer with dizzy spells, I get them like vertigo. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Google it. It's horrible, horrible feeling. What was I doing? Oh, fixing these, wasn't it? I'm going to which is the left and which is the right now. I do know by that, see, that's got a blue, so I know that's my left one, and that's got red. I know that's my right one, so I have to suss this out. I have to make sure I'm putting the right one on the right one. That goes there, and that's a blue one. So I push that in there, and I flip that behind me ear, as you can see. So I was saying to you, I had the little tiny ones years ago that like a little plastic triangle, but couldn't handle them, making my ears so itchy. I had them out more than I was in, I wouldn't put them in. So when I went, I said to her, could I try the mould, please? I said, because I've tried different shapes of them little tiny things you put. I've tried different shapes of them. I said, and they're making my ears so itchy. I've always suffered with my ears. So I remember my mother taking me to Alderday when I was about 4 or 5. I had to get my ears drained all the time. And then when I was 13 and I was in a foster home, the woman, Auntie Eva called her, Evelyn Toner, the woman, I lived in Prestwich, Manchester when I was 13 in a foster home, because my mother went in to Delphlane. She had TB, and I did have brothers and a sister, and I didn't get on with the in-laws. 13-year-old teenager, I didn't get on with my brother-in-law, didn't get on with my sister-in-laws. So I got put, and I told them I was going to run away. If they put me in at home, I'm going to run away. So they put me miles away, they put me in Manchester. And I remember my mother standing at the gate crying, and I'm looking out the back of the car crying. And I'm going, come on, I'll be good, I'm screaming. Anyway, I was put in Manchester, as I say. I had a lovely time there, don't get me wrong. I wasn't abused or nothing like that there. I was well looked after, and I used to go to church every Sunday, and when we come home, Auntie Eva did English breakfast for us all. But when it was school day, I had shredded wheat, and that's why now, going from one story to the other, that's why now, whenever I have hot shredded wheat, it takes me right back to when I was 13. Soon, right back, the smell of hot shredded wheat takes me right back to them days. And I was only there for 3 months, and my mother signed herself out. So I don't know what I was getting to with this story, but anyway, I thought I'd tell you it anyhow. But this seems to have worked. Now I'm going to plug it in now, because it does seem dry. It does seem dry. I'll put it in and see. So you just whittle it about till it fits in properly, and then shut the back up. Oh my God, oh, I can see clearly now, my hearing aids are on. I mean, I can hear pretty, oh God. Oh, well, I'm saying don't do this at home, but give it a go. Give it a go. I'm not messing. I'm not messing. It's just gone boom right in my ear right away. The sound. Wow. I can hear the birds whistling and everything. That was the one that was giving me the worst trouble. Now I can hear everything. So I'm not saying do it, but in for the penny, in for the pound. I done it, and I thought, well, I'll go back to the hospital and explain to them what I'd done, and I couldn't hear, and I'm on holiday, blah blah blah. But it's come out perfect. And I don't know if now, because I know when I haven't got my hearing aids in at home, my son says to me, Mother, put your hearing aids in. I go, how do you know I haven't got them in? He goes, because you shout. You shouting. And that's a sign of it when people shout. Not only, what you say, pardon. When they shout, that's a sign. And he said, he knows when I've got mine in because my voice goes lower. And that's because you can hear yourself talking then when you haven't got them in. You can't really hear yourself talking, so you tend to shout. I didn't know I was doing it, but I can hear perfectly then now. I really can. I can hear the difference. So as I say, I'm not telling everyone to do it, but I just put about half a teaspoon of bicarb unplug the thing, take that off. Oh God, everywhere's gone quiet again. Take this off, unscrew that, and only put that part in. Never ever this part, never. Perfect. And if you ever think with these, say you're listening to something on the Bluetooth with that and it goes off, you just open one end and shut it. And it automatically adjusts the two of them. They just reboot themselves. So they're worth it. So if your husband or your wife keeps saying, what, get her to the doctor and explain to the doctor that your television is very high, you can't hear people talking, and everything's mumbling. I'm thinking, no, like that. And I'm like, what you say? Anyway, get to the doctor. Stop it, buy flowers again, nose is itchy. So just go to the doctor and explain to them. And I went to the hospital. I'm not knocking Max Beerman, but I know they do hearing aids. I've had them off them years ago. But once you've been there, the hospital tend to wipe it off. So go to a hospital. I went to the ENT in the hospital to get mine done in Broad Green, my hearing test, and they see to me all the time now. I only have to pick the phone up and say to them, can I make an appointment to get my ears drained, please, because I feel like the building up again. Because it goes from talking like that, you can hear people talking to them, and then you hear it, and then all of a sudden you think, that's what my ears do. I can hear voices, and then the voices tend to go lower and lower as the days go on, not in half an hour or what have you, as the days go on, and then all of a sudden they're all like, can't hear what they're saying, mumbling. So get my ears drained, and I get my hearing back then, don't I? So do it or don't do it. Don't say no, never, you should never mess with that. It's only a piece of plastic at the end of the day. I thought, have a go at it. If I ruin it, I'm going to have to pay in the hospital at that. But I haven't ruined it, I can hear it clearly now, it's spot on. So, hope you like that Andy tip. I know I'm in my pyjamas, I know I'm scruff, I know I've got my dinner down my thing. I don't care. I just thought I've got to get these hearing aids done, and I'm going to tell me YouTube friends about it. So bye for now. Hope you like that little tip. I put banana hair mask on my hair all day yesterday. I never went out yesterday. All day. See my hair growing here? Where have I been using your rosemary oil? When I first started using it months ago. This is the baldy patch you see in here. But I forgot to bring the rosemary oil with me, so I did put the olive oil, extra virgin olive oil on my head the other night, and I left it on about 4 hours and washed it off. And then I went out, didn't I? So yesterday when I got up, I brushed my hair. I never washed it, I just brushed it, and I left the banana mask on. And it looks a bit thicker, don't you think? John said it did, and I thought it myself when I looked. I thought, oh, that looks a bit thicker. There's so. There's another 2 tips in one, 3 tips. The baddest day. How I done that? You've had 3 tips in one day. So bye for now. Hope you like me stories. Miss you all. Well, I don't miss you because I'm still salty, aren't I? Anyway, get on with it, Catherine. Going for my shower now. Brighten up. Got my clothes ready. I'm going out for a walk. Bye. Don't forget to tick like, leave a comment, and press subscribe, and the bell. Don't forget the bell. If you press the bell, you'll get all my notifications. Bye for now. Love you.